Hey guys, welcome back to Home. Today's video is going to be all about the outside, mostly the front of the house. We have not weeded in a while, and as you can see, things are overgrowing and our mulch looks absolutely terrible. It has been so rainy lately and then so hot. So we just haven't really had the time or the means to tackle this very much. So we decided that since we were making progress in our backyard, those videos will be linked down below for you guys, our backyard makeover videos. We decided now it was time to move to the front because while we see the back a lot because we're out there hanging out now, everybody else sees the front. And, well, it had definitely seen better days. I am using my grandpa's weeder here that I got off of Amazon. I will have it linked down below. But I do notice that it works best if there's like dirt. So we have a lot of rocks here. Like I don't even know if there's dirt underneath. Stuff is growing, obviously, so there must be. But it's a very rocky area. And we really want to redo this whole front landscape situation. But it's very expensive and very time consuming and very backbreaking. So since we just had so many other projects going on this summer, we decided to save this until we had more time and we could do it when it was cooler outside. And also we had more money because we have quite a few projects that have cost us quite a bit lately and some other things in the house that we need to be saving up for. Now I'm going to work on painting. This is like a beigeish, yellow, tannish. It's not coming off on camera as disgusting as it actually is. And I don't know if I've mentioned this in a previous video, but we actually got a quote to get our house painted. I hate the yellow and I hate the brown. All of the gutters and the fascia and everything is brown. I absolutely hate it. Well, they quoted us $5,000 to paint the entire house, and it was just $2,000 just to paint the brown parts. I had already planned on painting this bottom section anyway, and I did not add that into the quote. But it gave me even more of an amp to go ahead and paint this because while it's not a huge change and the house is still yellow and baby poop brown, this white actually really brightened things up. And I painted the entire outside of the house, which took me days to do. I was sweating. I was tired. My body still hurts from doing all of this work, but it was definitely worth it. And it really just brightened everything up quite a lot to the point where I might be able to actually deal with this yellow and brown for another season or two. And please don't mind the lighting change. It was cloudy and then sunny and then cloudy and then sunny. And there's really nothing I could do about nature, you know? Pulling weeds is probably my least favorite part of yard work. Now, my husband David usually does most of the yard work. He mows and does all that stuff and seeds and everything, but we just haven't been able to tackle it. And since I am off during the summer, I've been tackling a lot of these kind of home projects, and I just wanted the outside of the house to look nice. We're going to be having some get-togethers coming up here soon, and it just looked really tragic. So since he was at work downstairs and could not spend his days like I can doing this, that is why I decided to go ahead and tackle the yard. But he usually does take care of these things, but I decided to go ahead and get it done. But let me know what your least favorite part of outside work is. Is it mowing? Is it weed eating? Is it pulling the weeds? Is it watering things? What is your least favorite part of doing any outside labor? Mine, hands down, has got to be pulling weeds, because our weeds, they really want to be there, especially the ones over here on this side. Like, they don't want to come up. I could grab with both hands and put all of my weight into it, and they still don't want to come up. So for me, it is definitely weeding. What is yours? Our bushes in the front are, they were looking a little overgrown, so I decided to just trim them up a bit. I did not do a really fancy job and make them like really perfect. I was just trying to kind of flatten them out a little bit and get some of those stragglers kind of gone, because they definitely looked like they hadn't been taken care of in a while, because, well, they haven't. So I wanted to go ahead and just kind of trim them down a little bit. This actually only took a couple of minutes. I do hate the electric thing because it like shakes my whole body when I use it. But I got it done in about 10 minutes, all 3 bushes that are in front of the house. And while they are not perfect, they definitely look better than they did. I have probably used a weed eater maybe 4 times in my entire life, and I don't like it. I would still rather do this than pull weeds, but it kept shooting stuff at my legs. I was so scared of it. I was standing so far away because I didn't want to like cut my leg with the string, and it kept like shooting things at my legs. Like, I had red marks on my ankles by the time I was done weed eating, like around the house and everything. Since I am going to be painting, I had to get the whole side of the house and everything. So I had red marks on my legs. It was very, very painful. So here I am just doing some more painting. There is going to be lots of painting in this video, but I tried to speed it up so you guys didn't get bored. But I'm painting all of the bottom of the house. Now, we do need to work on the stucco a little bit. There are some parts that are kind of breaking off and crumbling, and they're not doing so great. But this is a realistic makeover. We do not have the time or the money to do that right now. So we just went ahead and painted it white, and next year we will tackle kind of fixing all of those broken bits, because nothing is flooding or anything inside of the house. It just doesn't look very great. It needs to be handled, but you can only do what you can do at one time. So my goal was really just to beautify everything, and then we can tackle some more projects next year. I did want to tackle the mulch. Now, originally I had bought 10 bags. I needed 15 for the entire front of the house. And I have to say, I don't love the mulch at Menards. Now, I will link it down below for you guys, but I will also link Walmart's mulch. We usually get our black mulch from Walmart, and it stays nice and black for about 3/4 like of the year. Obviously, the winter does some things to it, but I noticed as I was putting this down and it was kind of drying out, because if you ever buy mulch, the bags are a little wet. As it was kind of drying out, it looks kind of brown. It is not the blackest mulch we have ever used, and I actually don't really like it, but Menards is close to the house, and it was just easier to pick up that way. I don't think I will buy the mulch from Menards again. I think next time we do this and we redo the front, if we decide to use mulch, I will venture to Walmart and use theirs, because I actually like theirs a lot better. But I will have both linked down below for you.
Say you love me, say you don't. Just give me something so I can move on. Pull me closer or push me away. Let me know if we'll be okay.
This is the area where most of the stucco is kind of breaking. They actually had some like rebar that they had put in there, and we had it all checked out by an engineer when we bought the home, and it was structurally sound. It was safe. It just doesn't look great from the outside. So we knew this was kind of an issue, and it's just kind of gotten worse over time, as in it's breaking. You can also tell, well, you can't, but when I was painting, they tried to fix it and they used, I guess, like spray foam or something. I'm not really sure. So this is definitely something we're going to have to like mix some concrete or something like that. But like I said, we're just not doing that right now. We're just trying to make things look nice and pretty. We also kind of want to, like I said, redo this whole situation, build a retaining wall. So I didn't want to put in too much work if we were just going to rip it all out the next year anyway. I actually got these faux ferns at Goodwill. We just took an adventure one day. We went way far out, like an hour away, and just decided to hang out. And they had a Goodwill out there, and they were $5 each. Now, if you've looked at the price of ferns on Amazon or anywhere, they're actually very expensive. So $5 each was not too bad. They're decently realistic looking. I don't do like real plants outside. So yeah, they're obviously fake, and you can tell they're obviously fake, but it does add some curb appeal. And then I don't have to worry about taking care of any more plants, because if you're not new here, you know that I'm terrible at it. One of my plants outside is actually dying, 1 out of the 5. So I guess I'm still doing okay. We are now going to buzz into the next day, because like I said, this project took me several days to do, and there's going to even be more in a different video. Here's the side of the house. Here's where you can see a little bit better that paint color and how different the white is from the color that is there. So when you compare the two side by side, the white definitely looks so much better, and it just brightens up the house so much more. I absolutely love it, and I'm glad that I decided to paint. I will link the paint I used down below. I got a very cheap paint from Home Depot. It was the cheapest exterior white paint I could find, and it did its job. Would I say it's the best paint with the best coverage? No. But if you're on a budget, with the way paint pricing is right now, I do recommend it if you're just doing a project like this and you just want to brighten something up and you're not really worried too much about quality. And like I said, I wasn't, because I would like to have the whole house painted at some point in time. So I will have that Home Depot paint linked down below for you guys in the description if you're interested.
Can't stand another moment of you playing with my mind. I'm so tired of never knowing, so spell it out, 'cause I won't stay awake till morning.
In a previous video a while ago, I pressure washed the back of the house and the front of the house when I first opened it. It was our Christmas gift, one of our Christmas gifts from my parents, but I had not tackled the driveway. And as I got these first 2 parts done, I started really regretting doing the driveway. It took me probably like 6 hours to do this. I did take a lot of breaks because it was super hot on this day, but it took me about 6 hours to do the total thing. And you're going to see it's not perfect by any means. We have a lot of weeds in here. It's still kind of blotchy, but I say that just to tell you to do what you can. I'm happy with the results because it looks way better than it did. Is it perfect? No. But you know what? It's not always about perfection. All you can do is what you can do. And after 6 hours of pressure washing, the bottom of the driveway still looks like crap because I was absolutely, completely worn out. We had so many weeds so embedded in our driveway because that's like the driveway's breaking. We have huge cracks. Stay tuned for a future video on that. But what I found is getting them soaking wet and then using a giant screwdriver to dig in there helped me get those out. I have tried to pull these out before and they just don't budge. So I had to like literally soak them and use this giant screwdriver. So you can see that giant crack right there. We have cracks like this all in our driveway And no, we don't have money to get it redone. So we are going to be doing a DIY in a different home projects video. So stay tuned for that on how we're going to try and fix this situation and make it look a little bit better. But for now, we are pulling weeds and pressure washing.
I won't stay another night. If you're feeling something for me, say it now, 'cause I can't wait for you forever.
One tip that my husband gave me was to use a zip tie to hold the handle down. In the previous video, I had said my hands hurt so bad from squeezing the trigger. This zip tie situation, life-saving. Absolutely life-saving. I would not have made it to do this whole driveway if it was not for the fact that I zip tied the handle down, because then I could just use the machine however I wanted to, and I didn't have to worry about holding the trigger down. Do keep some scissors on hand though, because you can't turn it off without cutting the zip tie because it's continuously spraying. So if you try this, keep some scissors close by. I had some right near me when I wanted to take a break, but I absolutely recommend this. Is it safe? Probably not, but it got the job done, and it allowed me to get the driveway done without carpal tunnel. So highly recommend that tip if you are going to be pressure washing.
Can't wait for you forever. 'Cause I can't wait for you forever. Yeah. 'Cause I can't wait for you forever. Can't wait. 'Cause I can't wait for you forever. I've been patient.
This was much later in the day when I realized 10 bags were not enough. So I went back and I got 5 more bags just to fill in this front area. And this area is such a pain to fill in. I probably should have trimmed the bushes back just a little bit more because it was very hard to get underneath there. And I was very tired at this point. I was going on 3 days straight of doing home projects from like 7:30 a.m. to like 7 p.m., like 12-hour days. And yes, I know you still see the weeds in here. I see them too. Mulched right over them. I just could not be bothered. It's going to come back and bite me in the butt later, I know. I couldn't be bothered to pull any more weeds. Like, they were not coming up. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to pretend they're not there. And I'm going to go ahead and go over them. And here we have the final reveal of our project. Now, is it perfect? No, but it definitely looks much better than it did. And you can see the mulch looks brown. I wish it was more black. Go with the Walmart black mulch if you're interested in black mulch. Again, they'll both be listed down below. But it looks way more inviting, way more vibrant, way more fresh. But make sure that you stay tuned because we will be having another video coming out where we do some more outside projects like the driveway and some other things that we have going on. So I couldn't put all that in today's video, but I did want to share that. Also, stay tuned because I'm going to be painting the whole side of the house after we had all of this kind of trash and garbage picked up for our bulk pickup day. So I am going to be tackling that in a later video as well. So no, everything's not completely done, but it looks great. And just a reminder, everything doesn't have to be perfect when you finish your project. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful or at least entertaining. Make sure you check out the video and the playlist on the screen. And as always, smash that subscribe button so you can become part of our YouTube family. Bye!